All right, guys, welcome back to the show. And we're just going to catch up real quick before we take some calls. One of my favorite things to do is to hear from you guys. So send me all your questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas to layitonbradleone at gmail.com. If you're feeling frisky, send a little video, okay? Asking me a question, showing me your problem. I like that. Tell me where you live, all right? You can tell me whatever you want. All right. And we'll hash it out together. We can keep it anonymous. You can give me a fake name if you want. It doesn't matter. Okay. But we try to keep it honest here on the show. So, keep that in mind. Let me tell you about my program. Okay. Is that the program I've been on is these supplements I take, to keep me firing on all 2.5 cylinders or whatever we got going on up there. But no, it's something that I've been reading about and hearing about for a long time. I've been taking it for about 6 months or whatever. I'd say it's in a nice little pill form, and I take it in the tea form too. Is moringa. It's like a plant. Great, very informative podcast here, Brad. But it's a plant, and apparently it's good for everything. Make your dick do backflips, and make your blood go. Make you all good for your brain, good for everything. And I've been enjoying it. I've been taking the L-theanine, which keeps the brain going real nice. What are we even talking about? I've heard it. I probably heard it on a podcast or saw it on TikTok one night at like 2 a.m. when I wake up randomly, and sometimes like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me look at my phone because I bet you there's something great on there I need to see at fucking 2 a.m. or whatever it is. And you're like, I'll just take a little peek let me just take a little peek-see-poo, a little look-see for 10 minutes. And before you know it, you're on there, your freaking hand hurts, and you're scrolling, and you're looking at your eyes are fucking bleeding. You're looking at all kinds of stupid shit. Some chick doing a fucking high dive, some other kid crashing his quad into a fucking tree, I don't know. What are we talking about? What is your algorithm like? And then before you know it, you're on the damn internet for, you look at your phone or whatever, like the clock on your phone, and and you've been on the damn thing for an hour. It says 2:30, it's 3:30, it's 4 a.m. Just stealing my soul, stealing my sleep. It's not even stealing. I'm signing up for it. I'm walking up to it. That's where we're at, And other than that, things are going good. The holidays are coming up. Christmas is coming up. Okay. Love the holiday season. We go to my good friend Daniel's house for Christmas Eve. Him and his family, the lovely Jane. It's a great celebration. Love a good tradition. Family, storytelling, good food, right? I think we're going to lean into like the fishes this year. The feast of the 7 fucking Italian fishes or whatever bullshit. But, no, I love that. I love that. I got a big old slab of swordfish. I think we're going to roast that baby up, and good times, just freaking good. Just good, clean fun, and that's all anyone can ask for these days. All right, let's get a real quick question here. I've been yapping we're running out of time here. First question calling in from the lovely Cassidy. This isn't really a question for a podcast guest, but more so for me just trying to bring my fiance joy. My fiance Cole is a huge fan of yours. Since the test kitchen days, It's Alive days. Last year, I got him your cookbook for his birthday, November 22nd. Happy birthday, Cole. You stud you. He even wanted to send you an invite to our wedding on May 16th. That's my birthday. You guys are getting married on my birthday. But really, I guess what I'm asking is for a shout out to Cole and some kind of well wishes message. Thank you so much, Cassidy. And Cole, shout out to Cole. And May 16th, baby. A lot of people got May 16th as their birthday, okay? A lot of great people do. Wells fucking Fargo, or Wells Adams. He was on here. The other day we had a gentleman, Wells Adams, on. We didn't get to talk about it. It was in my notes, but he's a May 16th birthday. The lovely Swimmy Kimmy Werner. She was a podcast guest as well. Also May 16th birthday. So, pretty cool. So yeah, your brother, Jesus Christ, Brad, pull it together. So yeah, thank you, Cassidy. And Cole, happy birthday. Thank you for being a fan for such a long time. And sounds like you're just a really good dude, man. And I got all that from that little message. So yeah, thank you guys, and love you, and keep on keeping on. Yeah, happy birthday. And I can't make it to your wedding, unfortunately. It's my birthday, and this year well, let's just be honest, I don't want to go. I don't even want to go to most weddings that I know the people, let alone strangers. Yeah, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do, Cassidy? I'm going to get drunk and fucking hit on your aunt or something? Smoke a joint with your cousin or something? Unless it's down the street, you know what I mean? I can't go commuting for somebody's wedding. I don't know. I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me no more, Cassidy. Old Captain Ding Dong over here. A wedding? I'm showing up like fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm wearing fucking my underwear, and everything's just gonna be great. So we'll see. Anyway, congratulations, guys, and love you. Our guest today is a real heavy hitter. You know, I don't know how the heck we got her on the show here. Thank God someone tricked her to join the podcast today. But she'll be joining us with her husband, a little power team, a little dynamic duo, okay, in the YouTube world. Way more followers than me, I'm assuming. And you know what? Probably for a good reason. But we're talking about the one and the only. Maybe you've seen him on TV. Maybe you've seen him on the YouTubes or on movies or one of your favorite shows like The Office. Let's give a nice warm welcome to the lovely Angela Kinsey and Josh Snyder. Angela and Josh, thank you guys. Welcome to the show here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I love it. I don't have very many dual guests, but I do enjoy it.
Yay!
Where are you guys both calling from?
We're home. We're home in two different rooms.
We're about 20 feet away in different rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Is this California?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're in the valley.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
In the burbs.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. I know you guys had a book come out. It was just this past October, and I know cookbooks are quite the bear. I believe it's called "You Can Make This."
That's right.
And you guys. So, congratulations. I know, like I said, cookbooks are a lot of work and quite the project. And I would love to pick your brains a little about a lot of things about the book, but also you making it together. It sounds like you guys work pretty well together. I know you do a podcast. I'm sorry, not a podcast. You have a YouTube cooking. You do that together as well, correct?
We do, Brad.
And you guys are still married.
We're
right?
still together. No, I mean, I think doing the YouTube videos, that felt more natural to me because, we're both just chit-chatting basically. But the cookbook was so much work. Josh did such an amazing job because these recipes he's been making for years and years, but then he had to really lock them down and vet them, and make sure not just he could make them, but you can make them, I can make them, everyone can make them, So that was cool for me to see him sort of in his element with all of that. And then I just tried to keep up, Brad. I was just like,
sure,
babe, I'll jump in here and I'll write some head notes and, be some color commentary. But Josh did a great job.
No, it was definitely collaborative too. I mean, she brings the heart to the kitchen, is what I always say.
And the mess.
I might have this. Yeah, she doesn't clean up great, but no. I might have some of the skill, making the dishes and kind of creating these family favorites that we have now. But she definitely is the fun, and I just love having her in the kitchen with me whenever I can.
Well, that's very lovely of you, Josh. That sounds great, guys. My relationship in the cooking with my partner is not like that at all. Quite different. It's mostly just me that does the cooking. But it's a beautiful thing when people can do it together. I think that's special, man. So hold on, let me slow down. Let me back up a little bit.
Right.
Both you guys very known for acting, right? Angela, you've had some very famous roles, especially in The Office, and Josh, you've been on in a whole handful of TVs and movies. But when did you get into cooking? When I mean, I know everyone likes eating, but as far as putting a camera in front of it and putting it on YouTube,
Yeah, well, that wasn't. I mean, actually, putting it on YouTube came much later. I mean, I started. I mean, I'd always been in the kitchen with my grandma is an amazing cook and baker who has her own cookbook as well.
Shout out to Grandma Snyder.
Grandma
Shout out to
Snyder,
Grandma Snyder.
Glitter's favorites. And so I was very comfortable in the kitchen, but there's a huge part of my like, life through college and my late 20s like that. I didn't do any at all. I was definitely just a kind of a normal 20-year-old kid.
And where did you grow up, Josh?
I started up in Colorado. So I went to school in Boulder and moved out to LA when I was about 23. So yeah, Colorado mostly.
You kind of got a Colorado look. Kind of got a Colorado vibe. I can tell.
Thanks, man.
From the digital square, at least. But yeah, man. And then so college, and I mean cooking, right? It's always just a part of life. But like, when did it become like of an interest to want to turn the camera onto it? Because you've done you did. Were you acting before you started to film food?
Oh yeah. Quite a bit before. That's why I moved out to LA, and I think it was when I had kids, man. I mean, when I had Jack when it was back in 2008, and that's when I started thinking that first of all I needed to get some easy dinners like ready to go for a whole family, and also just I had this hobby come about where I started making the cakes and cookies for their birthdays and for like any type of celebration at preschool or whatever. So I got really into this like cake and cookie decorating hobby, and that's kind of how it all
you
started.
should say that you kind of came by that honest too, because your dad made the birthday cakes for you guys growing up, so it's kind of like,
oh, it's in the blood.
It's in the blood, right?
It is. I didn't know it
love
was, but it definitely was.
I love that, and that's usually a job that is. I mean, I think traditionally, anyway, at least in America, probably the world for that matter. Like I don't think my dad did that. You know what I mean? I think it was mostly like mom made the cupcakes for a fucking fourth grade, birthday party or something. You know what I mean?
My dad had one meal he would make, and it was always like if mom got a cold bug, we're like, oh man, dad's making, and he could either grill a burger, great. But if it was cold out, he made Spam in the skillet. We got fried Spam.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, any food's better than no food.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's funny though. But hey, so Josh, both your parents cook too? I mean, are you, as far as, it sounds like you kind of got the baking bug a little.
Yeah. So that, I mean, both my parents cook, but baking is definitely the specialty in the family for sure. My mom used to make, I mean, still does, makes amazing pies and, cakes and things. So I was always around food, and I was always around people who made it themselves. We were a family on a budget, so we didn't go out to eat a lot either. So we were just kind of at home making things ourselves.
Now, so, I mean, outside of the baking world, do you enjoy just just cooking? I'm sure, right? Like more of a savory application.
Yeah, especially now. I think as I've gotten older and the kids have gotten older and they've gotten more adventurous with their palates, I guess. It's really fun for me and Angela just to kind of experiment in the kitchen and come up with new, interesting dinners and things that, isn't just the same thing every night. And I think
absolutely.
We have a good mix of that in the cookbook for sure.
And Angela, where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Louisiana. And then when I turned 2, my dad was transferred to Jakarta, Indonesia. And then I lived in Indonesia until I was 14. We were transferred to Dallas, Texas in the 80s. And
let's go back to Indonesia real quick. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, 2, it might as well have been Cleveland to you, right? I'm sure you didn't really know much of a difference at that point.
Yeah, at 2 years old, I thought, well, this is what everybody does,
Right. But you said you were there for how long?
12 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that must have been, I mean, that's a unique childhood. Talk to me about that. Was it a pleasant experience?
Oh, yeah, I loved it. And last year we finally got to go back, bring the kids and show them, this huge, amazing part of my life. And I loved Indonesia, and I had really amazing friends, and they were from all over. And I think it did make me, really like fearless for trying all kinds of different foods. Like I wasn't a very picky eater, and that was cool to see our kids in Indonesia like trying some of the different dishes. And but yeah, I loved it there, and I had this great school, and I was sad to leave. I was junior high.
home.
Junior high
Yeah.
is a tough time to move to a new
The
school.
worst, probably.
Like wherever you are, right? It doesn't matter where you are. Junior high is tough. And so that was a tough transition year. And I sort of have joked with my parents that that's probably why I went into comedy, because I was like, I gotta crack a joke so people like me or don't shove me in a locker,
Absolute trauma. Yeah, you had to deal with it.
Yeah.
So man, that's. Did you pick up the language? What is the language? Is it Indonesian?
Yeah, it's they say Bahasa Indonesian, which means sort of language of Indonesia. So I could just say, apa kabar? How are you? Kabar baik, terima kasih. Sekarang saya bicara dengan Brad. Right now I'm talking to Brad.
Oh wow! So you still retain the language pretty well then?
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, I don't get to speak it as much anymore. I get really excited. Like I was at the mall with the kids, and we got in the elevator to go to the parking garage, and the people that got in were speaking Indonesian, and I just was like,
Right.
"Apa kabar?" Like became a total dork.
Talk about anything. Yeah.
This trip was really good for us to see her speaking Indonesian to people, because we, obviously to us it doesn't really sound like like a, it's hard to tell if she really knew how to speak it. I guess.
Hey,
right.
like I
How
could
you
be
gonna
making
call
it
her
up.
out on
She
it,
could
right,
be.
yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
but people
Okay,
understood her.
sure,
and they
babe.
Yeah.
were having a conversation.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's a good point. Hard thing to fact check. Although technology these days is pretty incredible. So then you went from the Philippines to, you said, to
Indonesia,
Texas,
Indonesia to Texas.
Sorry.
Yeah.
To Texas. What part of Texas?
North Texas, and my family always has had land and like a farm in North Texas. That's where my grandparents were, my dad's family, and then my mom's family was in East Texas, and so we have family in Texas and Louisiana, but so we ended up in Archer City, Texas. Population, I think it's like 1,803 right now.
What was did you say it was for dad's work is why you kind of, what was your dad in? Oil or some shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Drilling engineer. Yeah.
Oh, drilling engineer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it.
And then I finished
What was
high
your dad-
school in a really small town, and so.
Yeah. Is your dad still alive?
No, he passed away. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. I miss him.
Yeah, he was good. You had a good relationship.
Yeah, he was the best. He was the best. I was really thankful that about a year before he passed, he got to meet Josh and his boys. That meant so much to me that, they only just one time, but that they got to meet.
Yeah. Wow. Well, better than no times, huh?
Yeah.
That's for sure. What is a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
So Texas wraps up. You was acting, even something that was in your mind at this point, or?
Oh, yeah. So,
okay.
Oh, yeah. So my school in Indonesia had a really great theater program. And I did improv, like even in elementary school, like it was just such a cool program. And when I got stateside, I had, those transition moving years trying to find my group at school. And I have to say, theater kids are always really nice and welcoming.
Dude, theater kids are the best.
Right? And so the theater kids and the stoner kids were also very nice to me, even though I am not I'd never smoked pot, but this.
Well, I feel like that line, it's kind of in like the same, like there's a little gray area where like the stonery goth kids and the theater kids kind of like, they weren't like the jocks, you know what I mean?
Right.
I kind of fell in that gray area. I wish I did theater in hindsight. I have 2 young boys, and we make them do, we don't make them anymore. They like to do it, but like we get them to do like the school play and theater club and stuff like that. I think it's a great skill set.
Yeah,
just talking in front of people and being uncomfortable and
yeah, all of that. And I when I moved to this little town, I just wanted to meet people, and so I tried out to be the school mascot. And so for the football team, so I was the Wildcat. And then,
oh my God, I would have never done that. We were the opposite people in high school.
And where were you like in high school?
I was kind of like a wallflower, very quiet, just like smoked weed and like couldn't wait to leave school and like drew on my notebook and shit. Like, I kind of
Well,
kind of not that great.
you would have been nice to the new kid from Indonesia, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have thought about hitting on you, but wouldn't have. So the theater, that gets you into the, it sounds like you've always kind of had that, which is something that I feel like you kind of can't fake, that desire to want to even do something, like you said, join to become the mascot for, that takes a certain type of personality. And then when did it become when did you get a gig? Like, how did that go from just being something that you did in high school, as because it's,
in college I took theater classes, and then you had to if you did the theater program past a certain point, that's all you did. You couldn't do a sorority, or you could do, that was it. And I don't know why, because that's my love is acting, but I was like, you don't get to tell me I don't get to do a sorority. So I was like, fine, I'll be a creative writing major. And so I did theater, and then I switched to creative writing, because I always liked writing my own characters and, writing my own bits. And so then, and I got to be in a sorority, which I guess was very important to me at the time. And then I graduated Baylor. I went to Baylor University and graduated with an English professional writing degree. It was like a double major, English and writing. And then I got an internship on Conan O'Brien, and went to New York, took acting classes, and then I drove cross country with someone I barely knew, didn't know at all.
It's not sketchy at all.
I know, not sketchy. I put a message on the board at 30 Rockefeller Center, driving to California. Who wants to go? What? What was I thinking?
Well, who was it?
It was this nice gal named Julie, and we took her car from New Jersey and drove and met up with her brother in Tennessee. We made stops along the way, and then from Tennessee, we went to AAA and got a trip ticket, because this is.
Do you still know her?
No, and I mean, for 1 second we found each other on Instagram, and I've lost her again. So, but I hope she's well out there. And
she's probably in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, she moved back. She didn't stay long in California. She moved back.
They all do. I'm from New Jersey.
You're from New Jersey's great.
I love New Jersey, man.
But we drove all the way to California, the two of us.
With what? Just a trunk and a dream, or what'd you go to? Was that for?
Oh yeah, we were for the dream, right? Know, and
gotta go to Hollywood.
Yeah, gotta go to Hollywood, and we were in her car. And I forget, gosh, what was it? It was an older car. It was when the 2-door cars, but it has a back seat, so the door's super long.
Yeah, hatchback.
No, it was it's almost like a sedan, but the door is so long. Anyway,
in the back seat.
Oh no. What kind of cars are those, Josh?
Just a 2-door sedan?
I guess so. Anyway, I just remember the door was and then, and then when we got to Texas, I got my car, and then my dad got us walkie-talkies. And as long as we stayed within 3 miles of each other, we could talk on the walkie-talkies.
Oh, love that. Walkie-talkies are the best.
Because I'm 100 years old. That was before cell phones. Everyone didn't have a car, cell phone. Really.
No, listen, that wasn't that long ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't get a cell phone until I was 18 years old, and I'm 40.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't that wasn't 100 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My dad got me one for emergencies, but it was literally like something out of Lost, call the Dharma Initiative. It was with this blonde antenna.
Saved by the Bell. What was Zach Morris phone or whatever?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. So you guys, because Conan was in New York.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, that's kind of a break. That was a kind of a big, that's a good gig coming out of college, right? To go get a creative writer, you graduate. That's great. And you go ahead and you get an internship over at Conan, which I love, big Conan fan. What was that experience like?
Well, and I sort of
total asshole. I knew it.
No, he's so great. He's so great. And so is Andy. They were all really cool. But so I sort of told this story before, and I didn't get the internship right away. I didn't know anyone, at NBC. I had to move back home, and now I'm graduated college and I'm back home living with my parents, which is always really tough, right? And so there was this, main number you would call at 30 Rock and you would get transferred to internships. It was like a, like a call center kind of thing. And it'd be like 30 Rockefeller Center. Yeah. I want to talk to someone about internships. They transfer you and you would just get this voicemail. That's it. You would never get a human. And it would say to leave your name and your phone number, and they would call you back. And no one called me back for 3 months. And I was living home with my parents. I was going crazy. I was like, I got to get this internship. So I just one day called and I said, I was disconnected. I was talking to someone about an internship. And the woman, the operator, was like, oh. And she said, like, oh, do you mean Nancy? And I was like, yes, Nancy.
Oh, wait. Did you make that up?
I did. I lied.
Yes, Angela. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's how you get the gig. That's how shit happens. I love that.
And then Nancy was like, oh, and I said, Nancy, I got disconnected. I was talking to someone about an internship, and she goes, oh, Barbara. I said, yes, Barbara. So then
fucking Barbara.
And then they transferred me to this woman whose name I can't really remember. Maybe it was Barbara. That's who it is in my head now. And she answered the phone and I said, hey, I was talking to someone about an internship. I got disconnected. And she said, how did you get my number? And I said, I lied.
She's got to respect it.
And then she was like, okay. She said, well, can you be here on Monday for an interview? And I literally like hung up the phone. I was like, Mom, Dad, I got to go to New York.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's some destiny shit right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Man. What a story.
So that was.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you told her the truth. I mean, what else were you going to do?
I know.
Right,
I realized once I got her that's, the buck stops there. That I was like, I'd played all my cards,
The gig's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you made it. And you know what? I mean, what are the chances? That's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
The fact that those little gates opened.
Yeah.
Even that someone cared enough to be like, oh, you mean Barbara? Instead of just hanging up on you.
I know. And for 3 months, I
So
hadn't talked to a human, I was like, I was ready to make something happen. But, and then I got to New York and, I was just a general intern, I was getting people coffee and just running errands.
Foot in the door.
Do what?
Just a foot in the door.
Just a foot in the door. And, one day they were like, do you want to get pulled out of the general intern pool? They need Max Weinberg, the drummer. He's the leader of the band, and he needs an intern. And I was like, yes, I will do it. Because I wanted to be in the studio. I wanted to be in the room where it happens. So that was really cool.
Oh, how long did that go on for?
I did. It was like a postgraduate
2 month
internship. So it was like a semester.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then, so that comes to an end. And you and Trudy from New Jersey or whatever, Marissa, what
Julie.
was her name? Julie. You guys load up in the fucking extra long 2-door and you head out to California.
Yep.
I mean, that's scary and exciting. Did you guys live together when you got there or
We did for a few months, and then she was really homesick and she moved back. And then I was in a free fall. I was working a little bit at a restaurant. I was working at 1-800-Dentist, talking to people about their teeth all day. And I was just like, where can I live? And I just ended up with a group of random people like you do, like one of the waitresses from the restaurant and then someone from an acting class. And
I love this.
I sort
it's
of
like a movie.
Bounced around.
So Judy couldn't handle it. She buckled. She went back to fucking Mama Leone's fucking meatballs over there in New Jersey. All right. Hollywood ate her up. Where were you guys living?
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. And so a few years ago, so much different town in a way than now, right? Or pretty similar.
Oh, West Hollywood?
Just yeah, right? I mean, it must have been pretty different.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's changed that much, but I don't know.
Right.
Right? I mean, prices it's way more expensive now.
Sure. Was it a pretty popular neighborhood at the time? Yeah.
I mean, I think so. Yeah, because it's central, and it's like you don't have to get on a freeway, but you can get places. But I liked living there, and then I ended up moving again. You move around a lot during those days because you have roommates flaking on you left and right.
Sure.
And then Josh and I both realized we lived kind of in the same part of town. We didn't know each other, and we both went to the same bar where he would do karaoke, but I didn't know him then.
So there's chances that you might have saw some guy, or some might have been at the same bar at the same time.
It was Santa Monica. I had moved to Playa del Rey, and Josh was in Santa Monica. This was my third set of roommates, and what was the bar, Josh, where you guys would do karaoke?
The Gaslight.
The Gaslight.
Yeah.
Is that still there?
I think so. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
when I was 20th. We used to go, I was in an acapella group in college. And so a lot of
You kept that quiet, Josh.
Hey, well, you gotta have some.
Ask him the name of the acapella group.
Well, what is the name of the
so
acapella
we,
group,
I
Josh?
went to University of Colorado, and we're the Buffaloes, and so we were in the Buff. Yeah,
I love it, man.
but there's like,
do you still do?
There's
Do you
like,
still do it or no?
yeah, I mean, I don't still do acapella. I mean, unless I go back for the reunion, which we all still do, every like 5 years. But yeah, I still sing. I
that
mean, I
sounds
still,
fun.
I love karaoke still. I love getting out and,
He loves to crush a karaoke bar.
Damn, what a fucking skill set that is, Josh. I could see how you got Angela over here with freaking acapella groups and just crushing, just oozing confidence over there, Josh.
Homemade cookies and acapella. Come on.
Yeah,
I mean-
geez, save some for us, Josh. Jesus Christ. So how did you two meet then? I mean, if we didn't just explain it.
I
Well,
wish.
we didn't meet. We didn't meet
didn't
at the
miss-
Gaslight. We
No,
missed
that
each
was-
other there.
Actually, I don't think she would have liked me back then. I was still
Yeah,
in
it's
my,
for the better.
my like after post college, party still days, but we met through our kids. We met in preschool. We're like the divorcees of the preschool. And that's how
Yes, we met.
interesting.
We met at a craft table making Legos. That's our first
love-
time we really chatted.
Yep.
And I'm just shit at putting together Legos because I don't really pay attention to directions. And Josh is really good. So, yeah.
Well, there's two types of Lego makers, Angel. There's I'm which sounds like more like you. I'm not building IKEA furniture. I'm not trying to do 1 through 79. But if I just free create and just use my imagination, we could do things. That's like my kids. One of them, free creator of that. The other one, 1 through 1,000 to making the whole set, which is great. But wow, you guys, that's incredible. So kids in the same class, it sounded like.
Yeah.
They're in the same class. Actually, Jack and Isabel. Isabel's older than Jack by 4 days.
4 days.
So
But we didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other. We were in the same hospital at the same time.
Didn't know each
and
other.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
So you guys, it's kind of like a little book here. It's like a little movie, guys.
We did a lot of crisscrossing for sure, and then
Yep.
finally met. And then what's so great is because you blend a family, you don't know how it's going to go, but Iz and Jack are so close, like they're best friends, and they have the same friend group. So like his group of
that's
guy friends and
amazing.
her group of gals are all in the same friend group.
and they have the
this is-
shared history. They've known each
Yeah.
other since they were 2.
Yeah,
So they're all, they're like siblings already, for God's sake.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. So you said that was kindergarten,
Preschool.
preschool. Oh,
Mhm.
geez, Louise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what age? What is that? That's like what age is
Like
that?
2.5, 3, depending, like
Yeah.
2.5, 3. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what stood out at the Lego? Was it his patience?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I just remember thinking like, oh, he's so nice. And then I didn't know who his kid was, and then I found out later it was.
I don't have a kid here. I just come
Picking up women at the.
some Legos needed built.
Yeah, but I found out his son was Jack, and I used to go to the school at lunchtime, so I didn't really know the parents because I was working on the office then. So with my call time, I couldn't do drop off or pickup, but I could go at lunch. And it's one of the reasons I picked the preschools because it wasn't too far from our studio where we filmed. And there was this little boy named Jack who I thought was so cute, but I didn't know it was Josh's son. And I still remember the first moment that I remember meeting him. And I'm sure this is the story that embarrasses him, and I've told it before, but I went for that, where you go for story time, and they would sit outside, crisscross applesauce under this big tree, and they have this lovely teachers, Myra and Amber. They were so sweet, and they were reading a story. Isabel was sitting in my lap, and there was a little boy, and I couldn't see what he was doing, but the teacher was distracted, and so she stopped, and she goes, "Hey, Jack, dirt is not food, okay, buddy? we're not going to eat dirt today. And this kid sits up and his face is covered. He's like face in the dirt. Like, and so that was the first time I remember meeting Jack.
He's probably got a hell of an immune system,
Yeah.
though, you know? Like,
Right?
I taught him that.
Yeah.
that's amazing, man. It's a heck of a way to meet. And so you're working at the office at the time. That must have been, well, actually, I have no idea how that must have been. But I mean, I would imagine that must have been a pretty taxing I mean, I feel like everyone's always like, man, it must be great to be a movie star or on TV or something. And then you see like how like it seems really hard. I mean, I know it's not hard like you're roofing a house or something, but it's just like it seems like it's a lot of hours and just like a lot of shit you don't want to really do.
Well, it's like I feel like on The Office we were really lucky, and I didn't realize how lucky we were till the jobs after The Office, because that was my
Okay.
first big acting job. I'd only done little like co-stars and commercials, but Steve Carell was our number one on the call sheet, and he's a family man. So he wants to be home for dinner and bedtime and bath, all the special time when you have little kids. So we started early, but we would wrap by like 5 p.m. And we rarely went past that. Like, we rarely went to overtime. We were just a well-oiled machine. So it was, like a 10 to 12-hour day that started early, but you still got to see your family and you still got to be present.
I guess it can get a lot worse, right? I'm
yeah.
you can, yeah.
And
just
I loved,
crazy.
I mean, we spent the day trying not to laugh, like truly, like trying
Right.
not to bust up. But sometimes when you're in a scene, it's great because the hours move quickly. But then
Right.
as a supporting cast, a lot of times you're just in the background. So you kind of have to just,
A lot
keep
of
that
downtime.
mental stamina going back there. And all of our computers were active. So people just like paid their bills or played solitaire in the background of
Right,
scenes.
right. Did you find it hard to, in that downtime, to, all right, you just shot a scene, Angela, thanks. Well, next one's in 4 hours. Like to come back with that energy.
Well, luckily we didn't have that very often, but we were always in
cool.
each other's background. So if the next scene took 2 hours, I was in the background. So
Right.
that sometimes it'd almost be better if they were just like, go to your trailer for 2 hours because you could go take a nap. But you had to still look like a live working human,
Sure. Oh, that's right.
So yeah. But I don't know. I think we all just really liked each other. So we just found ways to hang out and do bits. Me and Brian and Oscar used to pass notes in the back. And Oscar is really great at drawing, and he'd draw ridiculous pictures and try to make us laugh. And he'd just pass me a note very seriously, and it'd be like, I still have one. It's like, my character is sort of dressed as a dominatrix, and she's like leading Kevin, like a dog or something. It was like the craziest drawing, but he's like passing me that in the background of a scene, and I'm trying not to laugh.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, I mean, did you know, I mean, season 1, how long did it take before it was like, oh, this is something pretty special we got going here?
I remember Diversity Day, like we were like, it felt like electricity in that conference room. We all had these note cards on our foreheads, like it was ridiculous. And that I remember thinking, if anyone watches this show, I think we're doing something cool. But it wasn't until the first Christmas episode, Yankee Swap, and Phyllis knits Michael that oven mitt and he hates it. And my character like loses her mind because, she's a party planning committee. That episode became the #1 download on iTunes. And all of a sudden we're like, hey, wait a second. So it wasn't like sort of linear television, appointment TV. It wasn't like that audience was finding us, but this younger audience that liked to stream stuff had found us. And we were like, wait, this could be big.
And then that show went on for that. You guys had a pretty good run on that one, right? I mean, they had like 10 seasons or something.
9,
right?
yeah. 9.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Gosh. And is that what? I mean, this sounds. I feel like I know the answer to this. Is that one a year?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how many episodes would they do on something like on a show like that?
I mean, in the beginning, we didn't have very many because we were almost canceled. But once we hit our stride, we were getting 22 to 24 episodes a season, which is now unheard of. You know, people do a show now and they get 6 to 8 episodes, and that's one season. But we were doing like 24.
So are you shooting for like a good chunk of like a half, or how is that a half a year that you're actively shooting?
Yeah,
or
no
something?
more than
Yeah.
that. We would usually have like June and July off, and then have
Wow.
a few holidays here or there.
Sure. So they'll shoot the first one, start that post, and then you'll just keep shooting and just get that
Mhm.
machine just never turns
Yeah,
off.
I always felt for the writers, because the writers that would really start to grind, you know. But they were amazing.
They're like editors. They're a special breed of people. They love the pain. They thrive in it, I think.
Shout out to Kate, who's going to edit this episode.
Yeah. When did it go like, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee or whatever the hell you guys are into? Like, when did it become who made the first move?
It took forever, really, I think, because
Better off.
we weren't, neither of us were there, you know? I mean, Josh, how long before we actually like had a conversation? Like a year? 6 months?
Maybe. I mean, I think we'd keep seeing each other at little times at preschool things, and then we'd see each other at the grocery store, the local grocery store, because we were in the same neighborhood.
What?
Yeah.
Who's stalking who at this point?
I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not bumping into each other at the
Josh
grocery
moved
store.
into my neighborhood, so I'll say
Oh,
that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I see the long game here,
Yeah,
Josh.
totally.
I like it.
Yeah. It's like, if I have
Yeah.
a kid, she's about to have a kid, I should have a kid. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's just it just seems like something that could have very easily not have happened, you know? Like,
Oh, for
you
sure.
see someone, you know, some kid's dad, he's nice, he's kind of cute or whatever, right? Like, so you could passively flirt forever and nothing could ever happen, you know?
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
But
And we were, I mean, sort of around that time too. I mean, not to be a downer, but my dad had gotten sick. And so I was going back to Texas for extended, chunks of time. And Josh and I would stay in touch. We had dinner a few times and we'd gone to a movie, but my focus was really on my dad at that point. And
Yeah.
I would say about 3 months after my dad passed away, we had dinner, and Josh just stayed with me through all of that, just would call and check in on me and stuff like that. And I think that's when things started to feel more serious, you know?
Yeah.
Don't you think, Josh?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean, we both had our own, our plates kind of full, and not necessarily like actively looking for anything to jump right back into, you know. Obviously it's like, it's
Well,
kind
that's
of,
where it
especially when you have
happens,
kids,
Yes.
you know, it's like, I think both of us were kind of like resigned, like, okay, we got our kids and that's great. And we're going to that's our focus and that's what we're going to focus on. And then
life's plenty busy.
Yeah.
And it just coming together seemed really, right and natural. And it did take a while, but, it was worth it. And the kids were, once we got to the point where we knew we were like serious, like really serious, because we didn't let the kids in on it until we knew that we were solid, you know, and we were
Yeah.
gonna make this last. But once we got them involved, it was like, they thought it
Awesome.
was like their idea, you know,
Yeah.
for us to like start
was
dating,
really sweet.
and so they were.
Jack
they were,
helped Josh write a letter to ask
Yeah.
me out.
Well,
It
'cause I
was
asked him,
really
I was like,
cute.
what would you do if you liked a girl, Jack, and like, wanted to ask her, like, what would you do? And he's like, well, I'd probably write her a letter. I was like, oh man, that's great. Would you help me write a letter to Angela? Because I think I like her, like that type of
Dang.
stuff. And they were just,
And he was so proud of the letter, and they were
Yeah.
it was really sweet. It was really cute. But we really
that's
took our time.
bulletproof.
Because we were just like,
Getting kids to write you love
I know,
letters,
man.
Josh, fucking
I know.
bulletproof. Acapella singers got kids writing for
Yeah,
him.
man.
Jesus.
I know.
and then as soon as we were like, okay, we're a couple, then the kids could not like stop being like, they would be like, are you guys gonna get married? Are you gonna get married? Like they just were going crazy with that idea. They just were so excited about it. And Josh told them, okay, I'm gonna propose. And I don't even know how like they kept it a secret, because they thought they were being so slick. But like my daughter went on a walk with me, and she was, she was like 7, and she was like, hey mom, if we were on a walk and you saw like a rock on the ground, what kind of rock would you want to pick up? A round rock or a square rock?
Or a
Maybe an
diamond cut
oval rock? And I was like, is Josh fishing for like what type of ring I would like? And like, totally. But yeah,
Using the
What
kids.
kind of rock would
Using the
you pick
kids.
up? Oh my god.
It was funny because
That
like
sounds like it.
when we
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
When I was gonna propose, I got the kids in on it too. I was like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this, and like, what do you think? Where should I propose? Because our whole journey together has been we've included the kids in all of it, and so it really did feel like a family from the moment we kind of made that decision, and they really wanted to do beach sunset with a waterfall. I'm like,
Nice.
okay, yeah, well, we can't go
which
to
doesn't
Hawaii.
exist in LA, but
I don't know where we're
Done.
going with this. I was like, maybe the beach at sunset would be good, but
Yeah, back to Indonesia.
yes, but we had it all planned for a certain day, a certain date, but they got so excited that they couldn't wait, and so we had to do it like a week early, and
in our
I
backyard.
kind of told Ange because we were, we kind of knew what was going on by that point because I'd kind of, engaged,
You didn't tell me that day though. You were just
proposed.
like, just so you know,
Yeah,
the
I was like,
kids,
just get ready.
it's coming.
And
And then they were all acting really weird. Like that morning, the kids were like, "Go, Sophia, Sophia, like come." Hi. And they were like doing something outside. They were picking my flowers. I'm like, what are they doing out there? And then it was really sweet though. It was so cute. They led me out into the backyard, and then what cracked me up is that Josh was kind of hiding like behind this little garage that we've made into like a little kind of hangout room. And they told me to sit on the ground, and I was wearing a sundress, I'm like, sit on the ground. I'm thinking, does Josh really want me to sit on the ground?
not
But
part of the plan.
The kids just thought that's what I should do. And so Josh comes around the corner and he's standing and he's looking for me like eye level as someone standing. And then he's like, what are you doing down there? I was like, they told me to sit on the ground. It was a little clunky, but it was also just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Kind of adorable. And like I'm trying to understand the kid's head. It's just like, all right, just sit here, don't move. This is the spot.
They put a
like,
blanket on the ground
Yeah,
and
and
Oh my
they had
God.
flowers and from the backyard. And then Cade, who was 5, our youngest, he was filming it all. So the thing I love is all the video from this proposal
come on.
is from like waist high.
Yeah. At the ground, not even looking.
Yeah.
Really
at
good
it.
angles,
Yeah, great angles.
Oh man, in hindsight, it probably couldn't be it couldn't be better.
No,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great.
Dang. So man, all right, so fast forward, you guys get into making cookbooks and YouTube shows. Did you start the YouTube show? No, you guys did that together, right? Is that something you started together?
Yeah.
Right? The name of the show is like
Yeah.
Baking with Angie and Josh.
Yeah,
or
Josh
something,
and
isn't
Ange, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was between gigs and Josh, it was like was it around Christmas, babe?
Yeah.
I
the
just
first,
remember we had
the first-
downtime.
The first episode we put out was right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Like the year we got married in 2016.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
That
So-
was the first episode that we put out.
I had done this show called Hot Wives of Orlando, which is kind of spoofs the Real Housewives. It's really fun. It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Really funny actresses are in it, and I mean, just like Keegan Michael Key is in it, and
Hilarious.
I mean, Casey Wilson and Kristen Shaw, and just hilarious people. But Josh came and brought cookies. The second season was called Hot Wives of Vegas. And he brought these sugar cookies he made to look like a card deck, like and the gals were like, Angela, he is hot and he bakes. Y'all need to do a show. I was like, okay. And then we were between seasons, and I was like, what do you think, babe? Why don't we make something? And we had no idea what we were doing.
No. It was like and it was, we set everything up in our kitchen and just, ran everything ourselves, the video and the sound and all of it. And, I personally, I was a little nervous just because it's different when you're, acting as a different character on screen, but when you're actually yourself on camera, I find that to be more stressful, honestly, because it's just more intimate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you feel like, you have that kind of imposter syndrome too, because this was just a hobby for me. It wasn't like I was trained or anything. It was just something that like I really like doing, and I'd been doing for about 10 years, just like, mostly just like baking and cookie stuff. And
Right.
so we started this, and I was like, I don't know if I don't know what I'm telling people. I was kind of stressed out, but it ended up being really fun, and we just had such a good time in the kitchen together, just as a couple. And the more we did it, the more into it I got. And I got more into the food space, and just started branching out into not just baking, but more of like like dinner recipes and
Just cooking.
everything. And it was, and I that was kind of the stepping stone for me into a whole nother food space, which I loved.
Well, and
Yeah.
he's a natural. And Brad, it sounds like you're a natural in the kitchen too. And really, he's just so at home, and all of it comes very easy to him, which it doesn't to me. So that's why I loved the cookbook, because he this is something Josh says to me and the kids all the time. I'll be like, oh, I can't do it. And he's like, you can make this. You can make it. And so that's why he wanted to name the cookbook that, because it's all about recipes that are accessible.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take it as a compliment, Angela, but I'm not sure if I buy it anymore when people say that it comes natural to them cooking. I think it's just like, it's like anything. I think if you just do it 10,000 times, then it starts to become natural to you. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just something you got to do a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But maybe it's just more. That's what my wife says all the time. Oh, it's so natural to you. And I'm just like, well, it's because I do it all the time, I guess. But maybe you are right. Maybe
There might be some part of it for you that's more intuitive. Like, sure, you've
Right.
done it over and over, so you've learned skills along the way, because that's definitely Josh as well. But there's some things that just make sense to him in the kitchen that I'm like, oh, really? You have to do that? And he's like, yes.
Mm.
I'm like,
It's
oh.
also just like, I feel like something that comes maybe more innate to me is just like timing. Like, I just have this kind of like sense of like, okay,
It's the biggest part.
this is about done. This is, I need to like, so managing the different areas of my cooking or baking, I feel like I do kind of just have this sixth sense or whatever about it.
Yeah, maybe it's just like brain types,
Yeah.
and like whatever it is that you're doing, it's just you're applying that to it. Because the timing of it is what I feel like a lot of people really do struggle with in the cooking space.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like fucking springs start flying out of their head. Like, it's just doesn't work out. And I think that is where things start breaking and falling, and coming off the rails, and you're burning something and something goes to hell. That whole timing part of it it's the hardest part
Yeah.
for a lot of folks.
Yeah, for sure me.
So in the show, the dynamic is, Angela, are you helping most of or who's driving? So it sounds like Josh is driving
Oh my
the ship
God.
here a little.
For 100%, Josh it's full vehicle, and I'm just kind of like the hot mess next to him that's trying not to fuck it all up.
She's the
So-
one navigating, the car.
No,
but
not even.
doing a
Not
great
even.
job. Like, kind of like
Yeah,
not paying attention.
Like, I mean, even just the simplest things, like I had to whisk something, and Josh just whisked so quickly, and I'm just like, like I'm just like, what is happening? Anyway, it's but I always have fun, and I hope I don't drive him too crazy. He says it's fun, but I'm a good taster, so
All right. Do you cook? Do you like to cook just even like off camera? Is that something that you kind of struggle with?
I like cooking over baking, because I think
Yeah.
cooking, I'm not great, or I shouldn't say I'm not great. I don't love following like you said, like your child that is
100%.
the free Lego person. I'm like that in the kitchen too. So I love to like see what we have leftover wise and throw it in a skillet and make a little something for lunch the next
It's
day.
the best.
Yeah. But some of the baking is so specific, and you can't muck around with it.
Well, yeah. There's no jazzing around. It
Yeah.
doesn't work,
Mm-mm.
right?
Right.
And it looks like shit. It tastes like shit. It's flat. and
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Cooking, you can. There's a lot of wiggle room. There's a
Mhm.
lot of dance, which is probably why but I do find myself becoming more and more into baking. I mean, bread, I really enjoyed the breads and stuff, but like, I don't really do cookies or something, but let me pick your brain real quick, Josh, actually,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I'm developing like I love gingerbread cookie, like gingerbread, like
Yeah.
just gingerbread in general.
Yep.
You ever make, you dabble much?
Dude, yesterday I just made these, which I guess we posted a few weeks ago, but it's like pumpkin molasses, like kind of gingerbread cookies.
Okay.
And like,
Yep.
molasses cookie, how they're really thin and crispy and have that like coarse sugar on top.
Yep.
Well, I kind of add the pumpkin and the pumpkin spice with the molasses and the ginger. And so it's fantastic. Like the cookies turn out
That
so
sounds
great.
nice.
Ginger
I
is
was
one
thinking
of
of-
his favorites, though. And there's some recipes like your what are the ones, babe, that you and Cade love? The
the pepper nuts.
pepper
You ever heard of
nuts.
these things?
The heck is a pepper nut,
Yeah, so
Josh?
and I'll get the name wrong it's like I think it comes from like a German cookie that's it's like Pfeffernusse, or I will butcher it. But I remember these as a kid, and so they're kind of a mix between a gingerbread and a biscotti, but they're literally about that big. They're like just really small, bite-sized little like hard cookies of joy. I love them so much. And they
Of
have
joy.
all the warm spices, but they also have anise, like the black licorice flavor.
Oh yeah.
And so the mix of those flavors, I can't control myself with that.
I love a little fennelly anise kind
Yeah.
of cookie, a little cup of coffee.
Totally.
Ooh.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are perfect.
Wait, Brad,
Perfect.
we'll send you a cookbook. Well, when we're
Oh,
done here,
gosh.
someone
Yeah.
make sure we get an address for you, because that's in the cookbook and you're gonna love it.
Well, I'll bake that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it more and more. And then you guys, man, it just sounds like, with just cooking together with so when you started, were you doing the editing and everything? Like, or who was
Everything.
filming it? Did you? Every day I said everything.
I had everything. We did it all ourselves. So still, we
Yeah, we don't have
We've
an
never had
assistant or anyone. Like we're
assistant
doing
or
it all
crew or
ourselves.
anyone.
Who's doing the editing
That's
here?
me.
Both of you? Or no? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
I'll like sort of put little bullet points of like, hey, why don't we? This will be our little top of show. We can have some banter, maybe talk about our weekend.
Yeah.
Then we'll get into the recipe. And then so I kind of outline our talking points, and then Josh like does the recipe, and
Yeah.
then he edits it. And we've had some errors along the way because we are not a production team. Like one time I had to stop because I had to go pee, and then I didn't turn my mic pack back on, and then I didn't have sound for the rest of the video.
Literally like
Oh
half
my
of
God.
the episode.
Anyway,
So that was
but
awesome.
I know
Do that one
was
over.
great.
Yeah. We have no one to check.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like we're doing it all ourselves. So like, I'm
know.
running around and turning the camera on and then running back, making sure.
Well,
our
you
mics
can
are-
get away with it for a long time, and but every now and then you'll get bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like like doing my own videos now. I don't edit or do any of that shit myself. I have to pay people. I can't. My brain doesn't. I can't. Like I said, editors and writers, special kind of people, and I'm not one of them. But I got bit one time. I was like, we weren't using a sound guy, or sound person. I just say sound guy all the time. But we didn't rent the sound guy. We were down in New Orleans doing a marching band video for Mardi Gras. It was incredible. In hindsight, I wish I could go back and redo it because we missed so much. What I'm getting at is that we like the little boom mics and the shotgun mics that like the crew had, it was all just blown out, and there was just so much unusable, like incredible audio. I was like, dude, you went down to a marching band and you thought that one thing you should take a cut on is the fucking sound guy. Yeah. You definitely learn a lot making your own videos.
For
that's
sure.
for sure.
I feel
do
like
love
if
it,
we,
though.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we start doing more eventually, I think maybe we have to get someone that does camera, babe.
Yeah, I don't mind editing though. I like.
He doesn't mind editing.
you
I
like
like
it.
taking mess and like
Yeah,
kind of
you sicko.
organizing it.
Making the story.
Yeah,
No, I
making
get
it
it,
work.
man.
It's fun.
It's a skill set too, and it's probably the most expensive part of the process, to be honest. So if you're good at it, fuck, I wish I was. I wish my wife was an editor. Jesus Christ. That'd be amazing. I've always been jealous of creators that are like little power couples of like getting the job done together. That's freaking great. So what else you guys got going on? I know the book was just came out. You guys been celebrating that, and doing some cool stuff with that, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I mean, we did the Today Show and all that kind of stuff that, our moms were so excited about because my mom could tell
Moms love that
moms
shit.
love it, right? And then we did like the bookstores and all that. And now we actually had a trip last weekend, and now we're done for the end of the year. We can just chill and be home and drag out all the Christmas stuff, start decorating, and just gonna hunker down. And I'm excited just to have a few weeks, I also do a podcast with Jenna, who played Pam on The Office. And so we're in full swing on that. Office Ladies is our podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's still going and super fun. And I get to reconnect with the cast of The Office all the time. So that's really cool. But
that's a blast.
Next year, Josh, I was just like, babe, you're going to do another cookbook? And he was like, can you give me a minute?
Sorry. I don't know, man. The process.
It's a lot. I mean, listen, I did one book a couple of years ago, and like, I think I just got over like the PTSD from it. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so much work, and it's just a lot.
It is.
And like, it's awesome to be able to put something onto that isn't just a video or a digital picture or a fucking story on Instagram, but like a physical hard book. It's pretty awesome.
It is. It was, and it was a lot of work and a lot of back and forth and just a lot of like really monotonous, like correction, like little correction things that, when I'm putting recipes out just on our website or whatever, I just, it's, those are things that kind of slide. But when you're putting out a book into the world, you really got to vet that stuff. So that was a lot of work, but it was good.
And honestly, we were saying we're glad that we're getting a positive feedback about the book and people are liking it. But we were just excited that this is something our kids are going to have because it's their whole childhood. These are the recipes we make as a family over and over. And it's got like pictures from our life and our blended family. And I just am happy that they all are going to have this, no matter what happens with the cookbook. So,
man, I love that you say that because I think it's literally why I made the book that I did make a few years ago. I just wanted to like, both of my kids are in it. Both my parents are in it.
Yeah.
My wife's in it. And I think my sister might even freaking got a picture in it. She helped me make it or whatever. But it was just, I wanted to be able to, it's physical. Like I was saying before, it's like, it's to make a book. I mean, I hardly, graduated high school, and to like make a book with like, isn't like my buddy's like zine, you know what I mean? But like an actual book with a publisher. It's cool, man. It's an accomplishment.
Yeah. I'm really proud of it.
And it is. It's a little time capsule.
Yeah. Yeah. That tangible thing.
Because when we took those pictures, even just a year ago, the kids looked totally different. From just when we took pictures a year ago for the cookbook. So
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I have two boys, and they're what the heck, they're 9 and 7, and it's just like, and they're big, they're tall, they're big kids, and it's just like, you go away for like 2 weeks, you come back, you're like, a kid freaking looks different. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing.
Well, the book has a lot of candid pictures from over the years, but then we had like a professional photographer take some pictures, and we took this family picture. We actually ended up using it on our Christmas card last year because I was like, babe, when are we going to have a picture this good? This has got to be the Christmas card, right? And everyone's smiling, everyone's eyes are open, like it's a great picture. But we look back on it now, and our youngest son was shorter than his older brother in the picture, but now he's taller. So now our youngest is taller than Josh and Jack. And so, of course, he sees that picture and he's like, dang it, one more year and I would be the tall one in the picture.
The kid grew 6 inches in a year. It was like,
jeez,
crazy.
Yeah,
it's like shot up. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, heck yeah. Anything else you guys got going on you want to shout out? I mean, before I let you guys go, I mean, thank you again for your time. It's been a blast chatting with you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. This was really cool.
And I would love to get together and bake sometime if I'm ever out in LA or something.
You better hit us up. Come over. Come over. We'll cook.
It'd be fun, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Also, before I forget, because I always do, I like to ask a couple questions to you guys, just before we hit the road here. Would you guys you guys drink coffee?
Are you?
All right. Are you a dairy? You put dairy in your coffee?
I don't.
I guess is what you don't. Okay,
No.
so you're black.
I've been doing black for a while now. Yeah.
All right, I got that vibe from you, actually, Josh. And Angela, what about you?
Coffee will give me a stomach ache. So like
Tea or
tea every day. I'm drinking tea right
Okay.
now. Darjeeling. I like just a like a nice black like dark tea.
That's your go-to
Mhm,
black tea.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put a little milk, a little sugar in there?
Nope, I don't.
No. You don't like it at all
Just
like that?
just give it to me just how it comes from the tea bag.
It is delightful.
Mhm.
But for magic does happen with one of my favorite things in the world. And it could just be like Lipton's or PG, I don't even care. But a little black tea
Mhm.
with just a little Scotia milk and sugar.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
know.
not
Tea
going to say
bags?
no to it. I'm not going to say no to it, you know,
It's
but I don't always need that.
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Perfect bagel. You guys got a perfect bagel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love an everything bagel toasted with just butter.
It's perfect.
This is not going to be super popular, but I don't really like bagels that much.
Well,
okay.
you don't really like bread.
Sorry.
He doesn't crave bread. I don't think it's normal. I'm like, what's
What kind
happening?
of baker are you? No, it's not normal, Angela.
I'm not a bread baker. I feel like that's a whole
Oh,
different.
you
set
got
of
to get
skills.
you got to get on the
His
bread.
sister-
Whole different-
amazing
my sister
bread baker.
Is amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she
Do
really
you get a
likes it.
bellyache or something and you don't like bread?
Yeah,
or
I like it okay, but I don't crave it. And
I crave
the
it.
fuck?
and the,
I know.
Still time to leave him, Angela. I wouldn't judge you
mean-
after that shit. Doesn't like bread.
I like
Don't I
quick
like
breads.
this guy.
I like like banana bread and things that have a little bit more.
We
like,
get it. You like cakes and
Yeah,
cookies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. If I had to do a bagel,
Oh,
I'd
that's
probably do like
amazing.
a honey wheat bagel or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
all right.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
All right, well,
Mhm.
accepted. Last meal, all right? The gig's up, end of the road for the both of yous.
Ooh. Last meal. I mean, I would just
don't-
crush some. I mean, I. Do you know what I'm going to say, Josh?
I mean, I don't know which meal or dessert.
Oh no,
Probably no dessert.
meal. I would do. I mean, I just love like some chips and salsa, some
Oh, man.
guacamole, queso. Give me some like fajitas. Just yeah. I want like
That sounds
I want a
great.
whole like taco bar.
Yeah.
Big stiff margarita. Why not?
Yes,
Yeah,
why not?
You kind of totally
Exactly.
took mine too, because like
Did I?
like chips and salsa. I was gonna say
I
even
know,
chips
I
and salsa because we're big chips and
I
chip
know.
Just
family.
give me a dump truck of them. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah, me too.
But also, I mean, if I was my last meal, I would have the best steak I could probably.
it. I'm with
You
you.
know,
Give me
and-
that too.
Big potato, sweet potato, whatever, and just
Ooh,
Mm.
perfect little roasted sweet
Yeah.
potato.
And maybe
love
like a
sweet
little
potato.
like dram of scotch.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe
Mhm.
not
me
little if it's
too.
my last meal, but it's
Maybe
fine.
a little heroin. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, let's just go for it.
Well, awesome. Guys, thank you again for your time and for coming on the show. And guys, do check out their show and their cookbook. You can make this. And the show again was, I'm the fucking
That's
worst.
okay.
It was
Baking with Josh and Ange.
Baking with Josh and Ange. It's on the YouTubes. I'm sure you guys are on the Instagrams and all
Yeah,
that good
yeah.
stuff. Well, thanks again, guys. And we'll chat soon.
All right.
This episode was produced by Bradleone and Carolyn Gagnon in partnership with Studio 71. It was edited by Kate Brunotts with music by Harrison Metzer.